Family, dear brothers and sisters, did you see this title? Did you see this title this morning? I want to speak with you about something very, very dynamic, that an experience, a supernatural experience that I had this morning with my sweet Jesus, our sweet Jesus Christ. And I have to share with you, and I have some notes written down here given to me from him and the precious Holy Spirit after the supernatural encounter, just so I can be organized and keep my thoughts organized. But I do have to share with you as I share it with the Instagram Live family. And if you see me looking over to my left, again, our Instagram Live family is with us. Because God is with us, family. Where two or more are gathered, our loving God of divine infinite intelligence, the supreme, you can call him Allah, you can call him whatever you want to call God. Just make sure you call God. Alhamdulillah, during this holy week and during this month of Ramadan, and as we celebrate Passover, those of you who celebrate Passover, and then us Catholics, we're celebrating the Holy Week, and I just love you guys. Just bear with me one moment while I enter my password to get the message up. So, family, I'm just going to share with you my notes here. Right? Of the encounter, the experience. I do, because of my spiritual gifts of, prophecy and deep revelation and the fivefold ministry with inside of me and all that other stuff, right? I do hear the audible voice of God. I do hear the audible voice of Jesus Christ. I do have apparitional visitations from those of us, or those who are no longer among the living, but they reside in the seventh dimension. So I do have those apparitional visitations, including recently or within the past year, saints, including our Blessed Mother Mary, Saint Faustina, other saints, my patron saint, my co-patron saint, Saint Anthony of Padua, and then also those who have transitioned into the light, and they have a message for like their family members or etc. And so they just, or they need some type of closure, like say they transition, but maybe it was like in a violent way, and they need like some either justice or what have you. I am one of the light workers that they find. As many of us who have this ability, y'all, nobody's special, and like I said, there are many of us who have this ability, and we go to work on their behalf so that they can transition into the light in the seventh dimension or wherever they're going. But it's basically their home until, I guess, like God decides to do whatever their belief system was, I guess, during the, how can I say this, right? Okay, whatever their belief system was before their life force energy left their body, right? Because we are energy, and we're not this body. I've said this several times before, right? So that's how come when we die, the body is here, but the soul lives on, right? The soul is eternal, because energy exists forever. It never dies. And so whatever their belief system was during their current, and this is just my belief system, right? And how I get it from them, whatever a soul's belief system was before they transition into, I guess you would say, like the seventh dimension, or into the light, or we could say the light of Jesus's face, or whatever their belief system was. And this happens, let me share this with you. And I will do a video about this, or a set of videos about this, centering around what happens like after death, according to my perspective and my understanding of what I get from the deity in that world when we die, like what happens actually when we die. And like I said, this is according to my belief system and my perspective. And so you can do with information what you will, but just know this. What I'm about to say is very, very controversial. A person's soul who is not a Christian, not a Muslim, not Jewish, or whatever their belief system is, during their current phase of whatever iteration they are within their life, right? When they transition, meaning when the soul leaves the body, they do meet God, right? They meet God. And what happens is, and I just want to be careful because I have to get to this message, because that's the purpose of this video. But I have to say this because a lot of people are not cognizant of this. They're not aware of this. And I am going to say something that's very controversial. And it is this: you do not have to be a Christian to go to heaven, to go to paradise. You don't have to be a Muslim to go to paradise. When you die, you will meet God, because God is our creator. God has many names, but God is a spirit. As I oftentimes say, God is an energy. God is not a man. God is not a woman. God is both male and female energy. God is not black or white or anything like that humans in our finite understanding of the omnipotence, of the glory, of the majesty, of the splendor that is my Father, who goes by many names and appears to people in many ways. Because of Christians or Muslims or whoever's limited belief systems, it does not mean that it is true. So I will say this: what you ought to concern yourself with, before I get into today's message, and I didn't plan on going here, you ought to concern yourself with doing good, being a good person, being a loving person, being a kind person, not necessarily prescribing to a certain religious or a set of beliefs. It is important, just for your peace of mind, beloved, that you believe in something. Millennials, Gen Z, you guys are my primary demographics, 18 to 24-year-olds. And you guys unfortunately suffer with a lot of anxiety, mental health, and depression issues. And I would humbly submit that it is because a lot of you don't believe in God. Whatever God means to you, you mean it like a higher power. Whether it's God, Buddha, whoever, Allah, is all, believe me, it's all the same. Honestly, God is God is God is God. I don't care what man or woman tells you. God is God. There's only one God. God has many names, and that's just on period, point blank. And it's very controversial for me to say it, but it is what it is, and I have to tell you the truth. Millennials, I humbly submit to you, since you guys, 18 to 24-year-olds, you guys are my primary targeted demographics, I humbly submit to you, it is very important that just for your peace of mind, and just so your suicide rates can go down, your suicidal ideations, your depression, your anxiety, etc., can just go down. It's very important that you believe in a higher power, that you, whatever higher power you want to study or practice or what have you, because it will help you to connect with something greater than you mentally, and blessings will come from it, and more peace will come to you. And I know what I'm talking about, and I'm just going to leave it there. So I just encourage you. It doesn't have to be my Jesus. It doesn't have to be my Christian God. It doesn't have to be my Muslim God, Alhamdulillah. It doesn't have to be Buddha. It doesn't have to be, Shiva. Whatever you're comfortable with, that you can hold a connection with a higher power. It's just divine infinite intelligence. It's the supreme. It will help you throughout life to believe in something. Because what happens is you will discover during your spiritual journey, because everybody has a spiritual journey that we're on, right? We're human beings having a spiritual experience during the ebbs and flows of life, during the challenging times of life, because life is full of uncertainty. Somebody, give me a heart or something if you know what I'm talking about. Just when you think you have it figured out, boom, like I speak of in my book, On the Periphery of Death, life will, take like a bat to you and try to knock the hell out of you. Honestly, just when you think you have it all figured out and everything's going well, this is just life. And so what I share with the online community and what I share with my clients is, in life, we need to simply get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Get out of our comfort zones, and all will be well with you. But then also, if you don't believe in something, you will fall for everything. And sometimes you just need to connect with the divine, whatever you call the divine, whatever you call the supreme, to center your energy and remember who you are. Because everything that you need to ever succeed in life is not on the outside of you, baby. It's on the inside of you. It's right here in your heart. And if you have an awareness of this, and if you can get it while you're young and while you have all this life force and all your future bright, just shining bright ahead of you, rather than you getting it while you're old, you'll have more time to not only heal yourself, be productive members of society, but you'll have the awareness and the wherewithal to know that your happiness truly depends on you and no other force. And you will begin to learn through practicing gratitude. And I believe in all of the religions, all of the major ones at least, gratitude is a form of is a part of it, right? Being grateful. And it is through gratitude and being grateful for what you have, you begin to focus your attention less on what you don't have and what you believe is missing. Because I submit to you, baby, if you're watching this video, you're watching the archives, we're filming in 2022, this new season of 2022, but you may be watching in 3032 or 3033 or 3030. I humbly submit to you, beloved, if you are within the sound of my voice and under the anointing, there is nothing missing with you. There is nothing wrong with you. You are perfect just as God created you. And that is my message to share with you and our loving community. Some of us spend a lifetime trying to fit in and just try to make other people happy and be people pleasers, right? And we're so worried about what other people are thinking about us, when you know what? Honestly, they're either, number one, busy living their life or living their best life, or what they think is their best life or their fake life, to be, or they're worried about what you think of them, right? They're worried about your opinion of them. Or they're just living their life and they're not even concerned about you and your opinions. But you spend your precious time, your precious time, worried about what other people, opinions of you, their opinions of you. Hear me on today. Other people's opinions of you is none of your business. It's none of your business. The most important relationship that you will ever have, dear brothers and sisters, is the one with yourself. And some of us spiritual beings, some of us beautiful souls, we learn this later in life. We gain an awareness of this later in life. But if you are a young person, or you are a child, or you are a parent, and you can teach your children the law of gratitude, the law of coherence, especially not only with your heart, but also within your brain. Like I am, according to my father, I'm supposed to be studying neurolinguistics. I think that's dealing with the brain. I don't have time to study neurolinguistics. What is neurolinguistics? But I am to share it with you. So we ought to study neurolinguistics, because we are a community that not only promotes heart-centered compassion, but then also we also have to promote and connect it with our brain frequency as well, right? So we can have brain and heart coherence together, right? So that's another book or another, expert I'm going to have to contact, or another book I'm going to have to read to further increase my knowledge base to serve you and our loving community. But when you see me, and when you see other light workers, other empaths, other teachers, other mystics, in our message, even though we may call it different things, our message is centered around heart-centered compassion. And also, brain coherence and heart coherence working as one, lining up so that you can be the best version of you. And you can know who you are and whose you are, and how beautiful and amazing and extraordinary and powerful you truly are. And that's not going to always come from your church house. It's not always going to come. This message isn't always going to come from your spiritual teachers, your leaders, your preachers, your evangelists, your bishops, your imams, right? This message is not going to always come from your parish. This message of unconditional love, it comes from my Father, the divine, the supreme, with many names, just to remind you the only thing you need in life to succeed is you. Because if you take care of you, and you become and you continue to strive and do your level best, baby, to be the best version of you, you will attract so much, so many blessings, so many opportunities. And you will come into an awareness that everything you were looking for outside of you, for your happiness, for your peace of mind, it is inside of you. And when you come to this awareness, and now it's like my faucet in my shower is dripping but it just stopped. Because something is going on. I feel the presence of God among us. Seriously. And signs and wonders shall follow us. But when you come into this awareness, regardless of what age you are, hopefully the younger, the better. Your life will change. Your very life will change. And you will begin to move in a certain way. And you will truly be able to not only just help yourself, but help your family, help your friends, but help the world to heal. And no man is an island unto himself. As one of my favorite poets, Edgar Allan Poe, states in his literary works. We need community. Humans thrive in community, whether it be animals or plants or other humans. This is how we were created. And so you will be that example that the world needs to see. And you will contribute to the evolutionary growth towards truth, and not the appearance of truth, and not lies that we see in the media and in government, with doing things that try to distract us, right? And keep us divided and not united. But that's their agenda and that's their purpose. And like I shared with you before, I believe that all politicians are good. And I believe that when they no longer serve their purpose, which is to serve their constituents, and when they can be spared, my Father will deal with them. And he does. He exposes them and he deals with them and he replaces them. But we need them. We need them because if not, in the absence of them, our world will be even more chaotic. If you can even fathom that. The world is already chaotic. So you pray for those that are in leadership and you leave the rest to your God, to our God, your God of understanding, or whatever you call God, that entity. But you pray for them and their success, and all will be well with you, and God will deal with them and expose them and remove them. But don't waste your precious energy getting all upset and getting out of your character, right? Getting out of your character. Because you can't self-regulate your emotions because of something some politician said or something somebody else said. When you come into the awareness of the truth and you work on yourself and you realize how beautiful you are and how powerful and amazing you are, all the other stuff, you're able to have an awareness to see it for what it is. And you will have more control of your emotions. And you will be less of a victim, right? Because that's what happens when anyone is taken out of their place of peace, because they are perceiving that someone either disrespected them or, they gotta worry about what this, like I said, this politician said, or this government official did, or what have you. And then so, you just feel like you gotta go to battle. That's you showing how much of a victim you are and how you can't even self-regulate your emotions because your happiness is dictated on some politician or government official. When your happiness should only be dictated by you. Because you know how to self-regulate your emotions, because you know who you are, and you are constantly working on your definite of purpose. You have a personal identity statement, and you're working on your definite of purpose, meaning your plan to become the best version of you, making the most out of yourself. So what all that other stuff that's going on to distract you and to distract us, because they have an agenda, and it is to keep us divided, right? Keep the masses divided from the truth of you discovering how powerful you are. And like I said, further contributing to the growth of yourself spiritually, but the growth of the world. So I encourage you just to check yourself when you wreck yourself. And stop playing by their game and letting, and wasting your time with all of that nonsense. Every opinion you have, it doesn't need to be shared, especially if it's not harmonious or it's not adding value to anyone except for you and your ego. Because it may not be true. And really, in the big scheme of things, your opinion, it does not matter. What matters is being kind. What matters is being loving. How do you think you're going to see heaven and really get to the seventh dimension when your spirit leaves your body and you stand before God? Because everyone will stand before God, and you will see a movie of your life, and you will give an account for what you did or didn't do. And this is where I said, this is where reality hits. Because like I said, and I'm going to say it again, this happens for every living, beautiful soul when they give up the ghost, when they transition from this life into the next. Hear what I say to you. Whether you are a Christian, whether you are a believer, whether you are a Muslim, whether you are Jewish, whether you are Hindu, whether you are whatever, seek whatever you believe. You will give an account and you will see, it's like a movie flash before your life. And it will be like a highlight reel. Be like a highlight reel, right? And believe it or not, God will welcome you into heaven, and God every day welcomes people into heaven that are not Christians, that are not Muslims, that are not Jewish, that are not Sikh, that have no belief system. But they are good people. And what they discovered is the most important thing you could discover in life, which is being a good person and finding love and loving people. Whether they believe in God or not, he still believes in you. And I refer to the pronoun he, just because it's easier for me to say that, even though God is a spirit. And what I'm saying to you is the truth, but it's very, very controversial. And I'm saying this as a Christian, because I know I'm going to make it into heaven, and I'm going to go to heaven because I'm already living heaven here on earth. When I'm here to try to help you guys and help myself, of course. But you do not have to be a Christian to make it into heaven. God welcomes non-Christians, non-believers every day into heaven. After you see that highlight reel and you see that movie, it gives you a choice depending on how you transition and what your current life force energy is when you are you will have most people, some of them, most of them sort of have the choice depending on, how they transition of whether they want to come back or not to earth, right? After having that experience, that it's called a near-death experience. And God welcomes non-Christians, non-believers openly into heaven. And then whatever happens after that, whether it's, I believe that according to your belief system, your next life is what happens in your version of paradise, in your version of heaven. And that's the form that your energy takes in your next life cycle. And like I said, what I'm saying is very controversial, but the church and these organized religions, they tell you that you have to be this or you have to believe that, basically to control you. All you have to do is be a loving and kind person. You don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to be anything. You don't have to believe in God. Because God believes in you. And he is concerned not about you going to church every Sunday or you observing the Sabbath on Saturday or whenever you do observe your quote unquote Sabbath and giving a whole bunch of lip talk and praying in tongues, Because honey, even the devil himself, Satan himself, prays in tongues. When you give up the ghosts, God's not concerned about your religious beliefs. He's concerned if you were kind, if you lived a good life, if you loved, if you truly loved, if you received love, if you gave love. A lot of people go their lifetime looking for love. Love is the answer, and that's how you make it into that seventh dimensional realm. And that's my understanding, that's my belief system, and I'm just going to stick to it until, But that is the message I am to share with you. So that is why in our community we have atheists, we have agnostic, we have neo-theists, we have Christians, we have Muslims, we have people who believe all kind of stuff and don't believe anything. You know why? Because I share with you a message of unconditional love, of God's divine mercy and grace. I share with you my truth and what my belief system is. And that's why you support me. And I'm so very grateful. And I leave the judge and the God. Because God is the only one who can judge us. We can form an opinion of people. We can protect our energy. But at the end of the day, only God can judge man or one man or whatever your pronoun is. Because he created everything. He, she, God, the Spirit I'm talking about. And this is why. And he loves us. Like every father, like every mother, every good father, every good mother, loves their children and want the best for them. You come to a certain point where you have to stop coddling people, like the babies, and you sort of, you tell them about the hot stove, but it's a hot curling iron that's within their peripheral vision or their line of sight, and they go forward, and you already told them, if you touch the hot stove, baby, you're going to get burned. Maybe if you run too fast, you're going to fall down. But, parents, there comes a point in their life where they just have to let their baby fall down sometimes. But be there for them when they get back up. Or, unfortunately, touch a little something hot, So they will know what the experience is like and know to stay away from the fire so they don't get burned, And that's just part of growing, part of evolving. And if you are not growing and contributing to society, baby, you are nearly extinct. You are basically dead. And ain't nobody got time for that, honey. Because over here in these charismatic parts, we are living. We are living and we are contributing and we are loving. We're not disillusioned like life isn't tough. Life is tough. Living is tough. But you only get one life during this current life force. So why not make it your best and stop worrying about what the hell other people think about you? They don't matter. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. And don't be 80 or 90 or 100 years old to figure this out, young people. Who cares if somebody disrespected you? Live to see another day. Live to see another day. I'm talking about my street pharmacists, my gangsters, my hustlers, my drug dealers, my murderers, my killers. Come on, somebody. Live to see another day. Don't let your mother and your father or your grandmother bury you before you bury them because somebody disrespected you, but you didn't know that they brought some heat with them. You don't know any healers and you don't have any faith and you don't have an awareness. Heal yourself. We human and hey, bullet come, you gonna, certain things gonna happen. It's gonna be some destruction. You could possibly die if you get hit by a stray bullet or one intended for you because the bullet doesn't have eyes. And if you knew that because you can't self-regulate your emotions because you were so disrespected and because your ego is so overbloated and out of control that you just gotta, you gotta have the last word or you gotta go toe to toe because you gangster or you bad. But they came packing and they got to theirs before you got to yours. And you are no longer among the living. The only people who can see you if you actually make it into the light are people like me. In this part of my life, I really don't talk about. But you can't get to me because I can only see people who've transitioned into the light towards the seventh dimension. Or whatever dimension God sees to put them. And so your recklessness. You may be a father or a mother, but you was disrespected. So it's so important for you to act out of character because you can't self-regulate your emotions. And now you got orphans behind. You got a fiance who has no lover, and you was the love of her life. But you felt disrespected. And now they planning your freaking funeral over some freaking words. Live to see another day. Have some respect for yourself. And think about other people other than your ego. Think about your children. Think about your family. Remember, what is it? I am rubber, you are glue, something like that. People used to say, words you say to me don't stick to me, they bounce off of me. Whatever it is. I forgot. What is it, y'all? Something like, I am rubber, you are glue. Something like that. Words don't stick to me, they bounce off of me like glue or something. I don't remember. But it's something like that. Let that stuff fall off of you. Because like I said, and if you live long enough or you talk to enough old people, that's why I like hanging out with old people. I don't really too much hang out with people my age. I've never really hung out with people my age a lot. And I don't even really hang out. I really don't. Let you know, sometimes I do. Because I'm only human. But what I'm saying is, here in America, for some reason, we put our elderly away. when they are full of wisdom. And if you humble yourself at their beautiful feet, right? Or a seat at their table, you will find out how come they got to live so long. What is the secret of their longevity? Most of them got their ego in check, fell in love with themselves, stopped caring about what other people think and focused on themselves, their family, and just doing good. And just being at peace with yourself, regardless of what happens in life, life is going to happen. Life is tough, honey. This isn't Disneyland. Life is tough. And only the fittest and the strongest survive. So I'm going to end these lives here and come back to you with the real message. I didn't intend to share this today, but I just want to help. Okay? And like I said, I'm nobody special. I'm human. And you have just as much. Everybody have their own spiritual gifts. So I just see dead people sometimes. And sometimes they visit me and things like that. But I'm not the only one that they visit. They visit us all because they're among us and they're among the living. Because you never truly die. It's just you don't have the spiritual gifts or what have you from the Creator to communicate with them. And I can only communicate and see the ones that's transitioned to the light. If they haven't transitioned to the light, because there is darkness and there is quote unquote hell, I can't see them there. So it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. This is my belief system. It is what it is, right? This is my truth. I'm sharing with you. You do with it what you want. I hope everybody has a great day. I'm going to end these lives and we're going to most definitely have the archives available. Then I'm going to come back, give me about 5 or 7 minutes. And then we're going to come back to the intended message for today. But I hope you were inspired. If you're someone, or someone, or you have someone in your family who's so much, cares about other people's opinion of them, or they're full of their ego, or they may be in that life, right? And they don't even have to be in that life, but they just want to be a tough guy or a tough woman. And you're not going to disrespect me. You're not, let it go. Live to see another day. So what? Somebody cut you off on the highway. You can't self-regulate your emotions. Maybe they got a baby on the way. Maybe they're trying to get to their piece of job so they don't get fired. You're so disrespectful. You just with your road rage. Who are you? You're nobody. Self-regulate your emotions. And stop letting entities and energies outside of you and your life force control you and your day. You're not a victor. You are a victim. And I don't care about that. I don't care about you and your victim mentality, because every freaking body, including myself, has problems in life, have challenges in life. You are nobody special. Get yourself together and live to see another day, honey, and start using wisdom. Those qualities are very unattractive, and you will end up 6 feet under or out there swimming around or in another place that I can't see. When you give an account for your life by being silly and being so concerned about what other people say or disrespecting you, you know, and you take, it just takes one moment One moment of weakness where other people can say, oh, I know that they wasn't like, or he or she wasn't like how they portrayed themselves. So deal with your stuff and be happy. Be happy. Be happy. Be happy. And be the example. And we're all going to fall short. I fall short every day. That's how come I'm meditating. I'm namaste. I'm doing my doings. I'm doing my salons. I'm doing my everything I can to protect my energy. I'm letting people go. I'm cutting people out. I'm bringing people in. But mainly I'm focused on me. Because I'm going places. Because I believe in myself. Because I love myself. And I can always say that. And I want you to love yourself. And you to have a definite purpose, a plan, to know your plan and where you're going with your life. So your guardian angels and your spiritual guides and whoever and our loving God, whatever you call God, can help you with your purpose of growing, evolving, and contributing to life and to others' lives. Not being a burden and not being a person who looks better going than coming. Because when you come, all you do is talk about your problems and what's wrong with so-and-so and gossiping and all this other nonsense. Instead of talking about love and purpose and what you're going to do and pouring into others that may not be having a freaking good day. Don't nobody want to hear about your problems. Stop complaining to other people about your problems. Stop pulling up your U-Haul truck, honey, backing it up, dumping your freaking problems on people as if they don't have problems, as if they don't have stress. They just wise enough not to tell you about it, because all you're going to do when they're not in your presence is get on the phone or text somebody or go visit somebody and run down them and what they told you. Because you have no sense of integrity, you have no character, and you don't have the wherewithal and the wisdom to maintain and sustain their confidence. So, get it together is what I'm basically saying. Lord Jesus, help me. I didn't even plan to say this. Somebody needs it. I'm here to inspire you. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to play with you. I could care less what you think about me because I love me. And God loves me. And I know who I am and where I'm going. And so your opinion of me doesn't matter because it's none of my business. Well, you don't want to mess with me. Because the protection I carry, you can't even see it. And that is the truth. It is what it is. I'm humble as a dove, but wise as a serpent. I'm not playing with you, especially if you are a demon. And I'm not afraid of demons. I eat you guys for breakfast, along with my dates. Y'all, I'm out of here. I love you. I'm coming back. Give y'all this powerful message. I don't know who needed this message, but I pray you are inspired to live your life according to your own terms, not according to religious or what your parents told you to believe or your grandmama Nim or whoever Nims tell you. Be you, love who you want to love. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is life. And life as a form of track, yeah, I ran a little track. I did a little 800 meter. Life is not a sprint, baby. It is a marathon. And I'd rather tell you the truth so you can live another day, or you can work on yourself and do the internal work to become the most authentic version of yourself so you can begin to attract what you want in life through the creative plane, not the competitive plane. And be happy. For the most part, be fulfilled. Have some joy about yourself. Have some confidence about yourself. Have some swag about yourself. But live to see another day. Because no man or woman knows the hour or the day in which you're going to give up the ghost. But you will leave here. But whatever you acquire from the material world, you won't take. So it might as well live a good life and enjoy whatever you have. And don't focus on what you don't have. Because what you will get is more of what you don't want. Because where the attention goes is where the power flows. I'm trying to help you. Huh? But if you are grateful for what you have, with the expectation and the hard work, yeah, you have to work as well as pray to work for the things that you want. Don't expect it from anything. Nobody owes you anything. Young people, old people, whoever's watching, no one owes us anything. Nobody's responsible for your happiness. You are. And it's best to get it from a creative plane than a competitive plane, so you don't have to worry about seeing these people that you stepped over and these bridges you burned on your way freaking down. Because what goes up sometimes comes down when they didn't get it the right way. No same faces. You call yourself stepping over, selling out on your way up the ladder, you will see them again. And they may be on a different body, but you will see that energy and you will experience that energy on your way down, especially if you got it in the wrong way. So watch how you treat people on your way up or while you are getting what you want, what you think you want, or what you think you need. But enjoy life and have fun and enjoy it abundantly and try to become as successful as you possibly can. So you can also help people and help causes that may not have the resources to help themselves right now at their current dispensation or station in life. Iron sharpens iron, family. And you can't take any of this stuff with you. So be kind, be loving, be generous, be chivalrous. But be you. And if you don't know who you are, find out who the hell you are. So you can stop being a counterfeit of every freaking body else. I'm going to say this in love and get ready to go. Because I got another video to record about this supernatural experience I had with Jesus. My sweet Jesus. Okay? Love you. Instagram, sit tight. I'm going to close out YouTube. I want to thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I pray you were blessed. I pray you were inspired. I said one thing that made you think and that challenged you. It spoke to your heart. And I'm coming from a place of love, but I'm always also coming from a place of experience because I know that of which I speak of. Okay? So have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. You deserve it because you're wonderful. And I love you. And I will see you in the next video. Feel free to like, share, comment, engage. We are growing, family. We're growing. We are growing, and it's because of you. It's not because of me. It's because of you. Like I always say, I've been me. But I need your support so we can help more people, right? Because this world I'm nobody's savior and I ain't trying to be a saint or anything. Just want to be me and help. And that's what makes me happy. And it's part of my vocational calling as well. And I try to help everyone, and I can. And I don't even care about helping everyone. I only care about you. So I need your support. Engage. Share this video. Tell somebody about our loving community. But most importantly, have a good day. Be gentle with yourself. Some of you stress your own selves out. You're doing the best you can possibly do with everything that you have. So be kind to you. I love you. Okay? I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, this is going to be about like 10 minutes. Bye, YouTube. I love you. Love you. I have to get that smile in. I love you. See you later.